You know they've got 3 losses or 4 losses. 2 of them shutouts.
Yeah, shutouts that kid though in 97.
Who? Okay. When was that? When was that? Last night? Okay, but they lost 5 and 1. Yeah, you used to. Yeah, 6 and 4. But I heard that they used to stay in the year. They're not a team. They got a lot of high guys. Yeah, they did. Abbott's gone. He's playing like we're going to do this transfer. They gave him a hardship. But Abbott didn't do nothing. Well, he didn't get expelled. He decided to leave because nobody else did. In the middle of the year, Boston Hamilton and Sam Kid plays for football.
What? They jumped him or something?
Yeah, but he didn't listen. What happened was after all this happened, told him, I'm not going to play in this week, and you're not taking points. And after that, we'll decide if you want him on the team. So his dad got a heart attack and left. That's the writing on the wall right there. Why would you want to play? There's more to this story. Huh? Yeah, they probably didn't like him.
Hey, catch up to the cage!
Certain pitchers shouldn't be going for foul balls. Anybody not playing? Who's not playing?
Attaboy, Jeremy!
Yeah, I got you. Well, hey man, hey, the speaker didn't show up. Cole. What? That guy that talked didn't show up.
360 camera. It takes pictures of everything going on around you. Like it has pictures. It's taking a picture of you over there. Everything. Pretty cool. They use it at home.
When is that the thing they use on the
yearbook cover?
Yeah.
That's what they use.
like where it's the
But
blade?
you can see like the trees, the parking lot, everything.
It's the blade? It's like a big circle?
That's what they use. They take a picture of everything. This looks awesome. It's snapping. I'm sure it's not on right now.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna get someone with that.
Well, it's on the phone. Oh, there's Anthony. No.
Really? Were you talking to everyone or JV? That's what I was wondering.
What is that?
No, I'm serious. I was wondering. No, nothing to hide. You just said everyone sit down and shut up. Oh. No, I mean, you guys see the sign?
How does that thing take a 360 degree when it's down here? It should be up there. That's a lot of money.
Yes.
They need a drone up there in the sky, dude.
Said he was gonna go try to find Mark.
Teacher Appreciation Night. Rattler baseball players would like to thank all the teachers for their contribution to our program. Their guidance, support, and dedication are appreciated by all of us here at Rattler Baseball. Our first baseball player is Ty Dansby, and the teacher that he wishes to thank is Mr. Wright, who teaches global perspective. Ty says, I chose Mr. Wright because he's an interesting teacher. He makes his subject interesting, which I really like. Everything we do has a purpose, and class is fun. So I genuinely enjoy going to class every day. Monday he asks what we did over the weekend, and we can tell him if we want. I greatly appreciate that. It shows that he cares about us and wants to get to know us. Thank you for all you do. Our next player is Garrett Davis, and the teacher that he wants to recognize is Mr. Brinkley, who teaches IT. He says, I chose Mr. Brinkley because he is chill and gives me a hard time 24/7, but I give him the same attitude right back, so I guess it's fair game. Our next two players, Garrett Heisner and Gage Warren, both wish to recognize the same teacher, Mr. Losito, who teaches math. Garrett says, I chose Mr. Losito because he makes math enjoyable and understandable. He's pretty much an all-around cool guy. Thank you for everything, Mr. Losito. And Gage Warren says, Mr. Losito said the only way he'd come was if there was free food. But I chose him because he makes learning a tough subject fun. Mr. Losito makes me laugh and enjoy coming to school. Thank you, Mr. Losito, for everything you do. Our next player is Chase Holman, and the teacher he wants to recognize is Mr. Engelhardt, who teaches graphic art. James Sullivan also wants to recognize Mr. Engelhardt. Chase says, I chose Mr. Engelhardt because I've had him 3 out of my 4 high school years. He's made them as good as they can be. He's made my high school years truly enjoyable. And James Sullivan says, I chose Mr. Engelhardt because He's a person you can go to with a problem and ask for advice on how to handle a situation. He keeps me on the right path of life. Our next two players are Cody Lunday and Joey Shirley, and the teacher that both of them wish to recognize is Mr. Edwards, who teaches horticulture. They say, we chose Mr. Edwards because his class is the most fun and is the easiest to learn in. It's easy to learn the material because the curriculum is fun and hands-on. Joey Edwards, Mr. Edwards is a very cool teacher and makes horticulture fun. He helped me, Joey, get FNGLA certified. And he's a cool guy and isn't mean and is a relaxed teacher. He isn't rude to his students, and we look forward to going to his class every day. Our next player is Dale Sullivan, and the teacher that he wants to recognize is Jennifer Jones, who teaches English. I chose Mrs. Jones because she always knows how to make the class fun, and it's a new experience every day. Our next player is Landon Wise, and the teacher he wants to recognize is Ms. Roberts, who teaches Global Perspective. I chose Ms. Roberts because she's nice and understanding with the work she assigns. She also gives us a lot of time in class to do our homework. Our next student is Colton Yerk, and the teacher he wants to recognize is Ms. Vaughn. She teaches English. I chose Ms. Vaughn because she makes English an enjoyable class. Her positive characteristics help me stay focused during class. Thanks for being a positive role model. Our next player is Josh Bailey. The teacher he wants to recognize is Mr. Gray, who teaches English 1. I chose Mr. Gray because he's helped me through so much to make me understand. I've never had an A in English till I got to his class. Our next player is Kyle Meadows. The teacher that he wants to recognize is Ms. Epps, who teaches math and science. I chose Ms. Epps because she was my first and best teacher I've had. She has made a huge impact in my life. She has inspired me to always do my best and further my education from kindergarten till now. We've stayed in contact. She's supported me throughout the years, not only in the classroom, but also coming to the field to watch me play ball. Thank you, Ms. Epps, for all you have done and the huge impact that you've made on my life. Our next player is Patrick Benway. The teacher that he wants to recognize is Ms. Benway, who teaches math. I chose Ms. Benway because she ensures my grades are up to par and challenges me to do better. Our next player is Caleb Conley. The teacher he wants to recognize is Ms. Patton, Caleb's third grade teacher. I chose Ms. Patton because she was a great teacher. She always made me laugh. She gave me courage and made me a better person. Our next player is Dakota Christmas. His teacher that he wants to recognize is Ms. Beebe. She teaches algebra. I chose Ms. Beebe because she's always improving my work ethic at school and on the field. She supports me with my academics and most of all, inspires me to do my best. Next player is Brody Cameron. The teacher he wants to recognize is Ms. O'Brien. She teaches math. I chose Ms. O'Brien because she was the best math teacher, best teacher I have ever had. She always had a way to make her class not boring. There was always a new game or something new to do in class. Also, I always had the best relationship with her as a student. Our next athlete is Jared Doobie. The teacher he wants to recognize is Mrs. Ashby, his kindergarten teacher. I chose Mrs. Ashby because she's a great teacher who cares a lot about her students. She has a good sense of humor and makes learning fun. She really takes time to connect with each of her students. Our next student is Brandon Florio. Teacher he wants to recognize is Mr. Stevenson, who teaches AICE European History. I chose Mr. Stevenson because he's a great teacher and has made a class I have never been fond of a joy to go to. Our next athlete, Samuel Lopiano. The teacher he wants to recognize is Mr. Fox, who teaches general paper. I chose Mr. Fox because his class is fun and active, but at the same time we learn. His class is one of my best classes. That's why I chose him. Our next athlete, Jeremy Portella. The teacher that he wants to recognize is Ms. Osorio. I chose Ms. Osorio because she is my favorite teacher, and she was the teacher who taught me English and helped me in tests and everything. Thank you. Our next ball player is Jordan Thompson. That's Jaden Towns. Jaden Towns. Jaden wants to recognize Amy Mickle. She teaches first grade. I chose Mrs. Mickle because she was fun. She taught me how to have fun and be the best I can be. Mrs. Mickle always made learning exciting.